What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. Adidas is moving on from Kanye and they're teaming up with KoRn. Yep, that's right. This upcoming October, KoRn's got an upcoming Adidas collaboration. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming sneakers as well as merch, as well as get into a little bit about the history. Now, if you didn't know, KoRn formed all the way back in 1993, and they're one of the biggest bands out of the 90s, especially the new metal genre. And as you can see, here's frontman Jonathan Davis, who was always rocking an Adidas sweatsuit. Now, it was only right that in 1997, they dropped an actual single called Adidas, which had a special meaning. And if you're still not convinced, here they are 30 years later, still pulling in a cool 10 million monthly listeners on Spotify. So if you ask me, they're doing just fine. Now, it was clear that the guys were big fans of Adidas, and you would think that the brand was actually hooking them up with free stuff. However, that wasn't actually the case. Back in 2021, Davis did an interview with KoRn magazine, which he cleared up the air and basically said that they actually had a deal with Puma. He went on to say that Puma asked them if they would be in a commercial and gave them a little bit of money to wear their shit. So no surprise, of course they rocked with Puma. Now, as per the actual collaboration with Adidas coming out in October, the first pair that you guys can see right here are the Adidas Double Zeros. They're going to retail for $130, and there are some pieces to the collab that do actually stick out, starting off with the heel tab, or whatever you want to call this here, where you can see the classic KoRn branding, which I think is pretty cool, especially given that their aesthetic has always been kind of black and white. It just kind of goes hand in hand, and I think it's cool whenever you can see a special little touch whenever you do see a collaboration. Now, I did want to bring your attention to the tongue on the left pair as well. They are also featuring the KoRn logo. And now we're taking a look at the second pair, which is the Adidas Super Modified, which is going to retail you for a price of $140. On the insoles there, it features the Life is Peachy album art, which I think is pretty sick. And like I mentioned, we're also getting some merchandise as well, with the shirts retail to be between $50 and $60 each. Now, the white KoRn logo hoodie is allegedly supposed to run $120, and the tracksuits are supposed to range anywhere from $80 to $180. Let me know what you think. And I included this photo of Jonathan Davis on the cover of KoRn magazine, again spotted wearing Adidas, just to kind of hammer home that these guys were on top of the world in the 90s and the early 2000s, and they chose to rock simple stuff like this. While we're here, I want to know your favorite song in the comments, so let me know. I definitely grew up on these guys myself, and they were one of the first headlining acts I saw at a music festival. Now, another thing I wanted to point out is despite this being a huge collab, they're of course not the first metal band or rock band to have a sneaker collab, so I had to give a special shout out to Metallica, the biggest band of all time and one of my favorites, who had a really dope collab with Vans, who are also not the first to have a Vans collab. Now, back in 2008, Slayer also had a Skate High and I think a Skate Low collab, which I think is pretty sick, and throughout the years, many bands have also gone the Vans collab route, which I think is awesome. Now, I wanted to kind of plug myself in here at the end just to kind of show you, but as a sneakerhead and metalhead, I've had the privilege of doing business with some of my favorite artists throughout the years. And if you know any of these guys, of course, let me know their names in the comment and who your favorite is. The reason why I wanted to point this out is that I feel like there's a really big misconception when it comes to streetwear, hypebeasts in the sneaker world, and I think a lot of people underestimate just how many metalheads are actually into sneakers themselves. Here's another photo of Jonathan Davis to kind of close off the video, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on this collab, if you think that they're kind of selling out or if you think that it's about time. Personally, I think it's sick that anytime a metal band can kind of cross over into the sneaker world and sneaker industry, that they have the opportunity to do so. And although I might not pick up the pair, I think I'm going to definitely try to pick up some of the merch pieces just because, like I said, I grew up in the 90s and KoRn was one of my favorite bands. If you made it this far, let me know what you think about the video, let me know what you think about KoRn, and let me know your favorite comments. While you're here, of course, you might as well drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. Let me know your thoughts. Stay safe, guys, as always, and thanks for cooking with the kitchen. Peace.